treat you good.
Going back to your early days, obviously an LA native, Sunset Strip Music Fest, or Sunset Strip was part of your life early on. What were some of your early memories coming out here?
Well, I mean, I lived in Laurel Canyon. I came here from England, right? And we lived in Laurel Canyon, and it was that whole sort of scene, beatnik scene in Laurel Canyon, which was amazing. Still to this day, I look back on that whole sort of communal, musical, and artistic vibe that was going on. And then we stayed there for however long, and I moved down to Doheny, you know, where the Christmas tree lot is.
Yeah, right.
I used to live there, and you know, and I was raised on music because my parents were, you know, my dad made album covers for Jeff, and mom did clothes for all these people. So it was like the Troubadour, the Roxy, the Whiskey. You know, that's sort of my upbringing.
I talked to Duff the other week, and I was talking to him about moving to LA and how he was here a week, and he answered an ad where you and Steven were looking for a bass player, and he told a story about meeting you at Cantor's. And after Cantor's, you guys went back to your mom's house, and you picked up a guitar, and he said he'd never heard anybody play a guitar like you played it. And you were 19 years old, and he said that you're as incredible then as you are now. When did you first pick up a guitar? I mean, when did you know that that was going to be your instrument?
I was 15, and I didn't know what lead guitar necessarily was, like technically. And I was going to I thought I was going to play bass because Steve Adler played electric guitar at that time. Just barely, but he had one. And the guy, I went to a local guitar school over on Sandwalk and Fairfax. And walked in there without an instrument because I didn't own one. And talked to the teacher, and he goes, I said, I want to play bass. He goes, you have one? I was like, no. And he sat me down, he tried to pick my brain. And while he was sitting there, he was playing Sunshine of Your Love, you know, Cream song, playing the lead parts. And I said, that's what I want to do. And I said, that's not bass.
Right.
And from that moment on, I was on lead guitar.
Well, how did the slash top hat originate?
I stole it from a place called Retail Slut on Melrose one day. And, because I didn't have any money, and I saw the hat and I thought it looked cool. You know, and so I managed to walk out of the store with it, and we were playing a show at the Whiskey that night. Guns N' Roses was. So that was
what year? When was
1980. I think we didn't have a record deal yet, so maybe 85. Okay. And wore it that night, and it just became like something I felt really comfortable. You know.
And have you had the same hat for?
No, unfortunately, I've been through probably a half dozen before the one that I have now, which I've had since like 1990 or something.
But it's always the same hat. Have you had them like made to look like the original one that you've always had?
No, they're cheap hats. You can buy them in any hat store. The one that
I'd like a hat.
Is a hat, and I had Chrome Hearts put leather around it, so that makes it sort of unique.
You ever have one stolen?
I did, and I got it back.
Who took it?
It was Grammy night, and my limousine driver, you know, I left the hat in the car. Went into this party, you know, we're all fucked up, you know. I came back, and the first thing I noticed was my hat wasn't there. And I talked to the driver, and he's like, oh, I was like, yeah, right, you know. Anyways, however it happened, between this driver and somebody on the street, he tried to sell it on eBay or something. And so I contacted this guy. He tried to negotiate a deal with me to buy it back from him. Mm-hmm. I couldn't fucking believe the nerve of this guy. So I got his address. I told him I was going to meet him, and I called the cops, and they met him.
Oh, perfect.
But the funny thing was, I had to go down to Wilcox Police Station to pick it up. And that's a place where I've spent many a night. And it was really interesting to go in there and have them take me in the back to get this box with my hat in it. You know.
Music is probably something that's going to always be part of your life. But do you ever see yourself going into other realms, whether it's politics or community involvement, or you're so
music is a full-time job now.
Yeah. Okay. We're no slash for city council ever?
I have no interest in politics whatsoever.
So music is for now until you die?
Yeah. I couldn't see doing anything else.
You see yourself doing another album with more collaborations, or where do you see yourself going?
No, this was pretty much a one-off thing. It's not saying that I would never do it again, but it's not like, I gotta go do another one of these. Making it back to that thing. I got Velvet Revolver to work with in October, and if I was going to do another record outside of Velvet Revolver, I'd do probably one with Miles Kennedy.
And I'd be amiss to not ask you about Velvet Revolver. You guys are going back in the studio?
Well, we're going to go back in with a bunch of different singers and see which one is going to stick. That's the whole thing that's holding up Velvet Revolver is we can't find a good enough singer.
Do you have any names that you're going to start talking to, working with?
I thought you were coming back.
I'm terrible. You do not want me.
That's not what your PR person is. No, I mean, I don't have anything to tell you right this second.
Yeah. So you're going to kind of just test a few, voices out?
I'll be off the road for 3 months, and during that 3 months, we'll audition singers, probably write some more songs, and we have a shitload of great songs. We just don't have anybody to sing.
Tim Waters, who has something he wants to show you, a pretty incredible piece. He is a beautiful artist. His pieces have been presented to many artists. Tim slash Tim. Wow, it's amazing.
It's like stained glass.
Let's see it.
It's like Stay Black.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. It's yours.
I can just take it with me?
Yes, sir.
Really?
It's for your parents.
Tim also did a lot of the artwork for the Sunset Strip Music Festival.
Flash. Let's see it.
Hold that up.
That's awesome.
Thanks again, Slash, for coming by. Congratulations. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, and it's got the skulls in the background. That's awesome.
Well, I treat you good.